Welcome, you're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. You gotta love game shows, especially the ones that can challenge your intellect and tickle your funny bone at the same time. Those type of game shows have potential to become instant classics, like this one, Pyramid. It's a classic, it's been around since 1973. There's a version on ABC's Sunday Fun and Games hosted by Michael Strahan. We need to kill the practice of getting football stars to become television hosts, alright? Anyway, this is the contemporary, daytime syndicated version hosted by Donny Osmond, condensed for home play. The Pyramid home game from Endless Games under the Endless Classics label, licensed to Columbia TriStar Domestic Television. For 3 or more players, ages 10 to adult, and picked up for $2.49 and for 50% off. So let's open this up without delay and take a look at what we got inside. Oh, this thing's a doozy to open. I took the tape off beforehand. This thing was sealed up with tape before I began shooting. Does it make it any easier? Yeah, a little bit, but not that much. Anyway, here is the Pyramid game console. And we'll go over the contents in a moment, but this is the game console. And the stands for the console, which are absolutely no fun to place on the bottom of the console. They're a little bit difficult at first, but if you can position them and maneuver them in the right spots, they'll stay put. Here are all the Pyramid categories and answers. I'll hold this one here for an example. Here's a sand timer. My favorite timer ever. And here are the instructions and listing of contents included in the game. Here's another example of gameplay. And here are your... Let's take a look at the contents right now, see what those are. Those are your money point cards for use in part 2, which would be the final round, the winner's circle. And the top prize for the winner's circle is $100,000. So, 200, 300, 300, 200, 200, and what's this? Come on, big money, big money, big money, no whammy, stop! Alright, no whammy, 500, I know, one game show, but sometimes you just do things in the heat of the moment. So let's line them up. We'll worry about them being orderly later. The overview. Using a giver and a receiver, teams of 2 players compete to guess words in a specific category. The giver gives word clues while the receiver tries to identify the word. Each correct response scores a point. After 6 categories are played, the team with the highest score goes to the winner's circle. And this would be the winner's circle, I believe. The console. In the winner's circle, the giver then has to describe 6 categories for the receiver to identify. Contents include game console with point wheels and grommets. These are your point wheels and grommets. The grommets, you would assume, would be for spinning the wheel, but no. These are attached to hold the point wheels in place. One on the right, one on the left. And the highest points you could get with each point wheel would be 18. 2 console stands, 96 individual game cards equaling 48 rounds of play, a 30-second timer, an instruction booklet, this one right here, the red reveal window, and the money point cards, which again will be used in part 2, the winner's circle portion of the game. Out of all the materials that we have here, we do have the red reveal window, but now we don't know where it is. Must be within the gameplay card, so let's try and find that. Where is that dang thing? Anyway, take a look at game 41, game 41, part 1. Underneath the pyramid word, you'll find the answers for this particular category and the other ones. This is the line, and you just crossed it. Things that might have lines. So where's that dadgum reveal window at, huh? It should be somewhere. Anyway, have any of you watched Pyramid? Let me know. Did we lose the reveal window? I hate to think that, because that means my own stupidity. Ah, here it is. It was hidden in plain sight. Anyway, you take the red reveal window, and that allows you to reveal the answers for this particular category, which would be supermarket, notebook, blueprint, amusement park, highway, and field. The most fun line to ever cross is an amusement park. The most dangerous would be a highway, and the most boring would be a notebook. Second boring is the supermarket. I mean, you gotta go grocery shopping, right? I love these category names. This is the part where they tickle your funny bone. Dude, where's my cause? What's Carrot Top doing in my salad? And this is the line, you just crossed it. The re-gift of the mag. What's 50% off too much? And take it all off. What's 15% too much? What's 50% off too much, huh? And that's how much I got this for. Like, $2.49, 50% off. You do the math. Percentages can be fairly difficult to do. But you and I both know that that's less than $2 for something as awesome as this. So let's put everything back in. Take the console stands off. And as we always do around here, we're going to show you the back of it all. But before we do, take a look at other great games and game shows adapted for home play from Endless Games. Here we have Pop Smarts, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You know that classic book about men and women and their sexualities by John Gray. The Newlywed Game. These guys are awesome at adapting game shows for condensed home play. Card Socks, the classic. Liar's Dice, 2 out of 3. Fascination, Concentration, another game show classic. Ticklebee, oh, that should be fun. Kismet, Cheetah. By the looks of that, it's a dice game, Cheetah. Deluxe Encore. And Route 66, the Great American Road Trip game. We might have to look into that someday. Spill and Spell, Family Feud. Have we done a Family Feud video before? Beat the Clock, Password, and What's My Line? All of them potential classics. Family Feud, an infinite, accessible classic in its own right. But today, it's all about the Pyramid. Donny Osmond breathes new life into Pyramid. With updated categories, this contemporary version of the classic game show will dazzle a new generation while delighting the loyal following has enjoyed since 1973. It's a dynamic game involving 2 teams. Players have 30 seconds to solve 6 specific categories. The team that wins the most points in the 32nd round moves on to the winner's circle for the big win. You must be clever and quick to work your way through the top of the pyramid. Are you ready? Okay, you have 30 seconds on the clock. Identify these things associated with child stars. Let's just give you a brief example of gameplay if you don't know how to play here. Example of play. The category is I'm strapped. Describe these things associated with a belt. By the way, I am testing a new lighting setup here. That's why you're seeing this transparent. Word clue, karate. The giver says, not judo, but, or I'm a black belt in. The receiver would say karate. Word clue, leather. Giver, this is what it's made of, cowhide. Receiver says, leather. So on and so on. That's how the game is played. Now the box is pretty beat up and tape is on all sides to seal it and keep it together. So I'm going to say 4 out of 5 for the pyramid. It's a lot of fun to play. A little complex if you don't understand the mechanics of it, but fun. And I don't know how many people can claim that they bought this game or any other game show adapted for home play, be it a board game or a computer game, for less than $2. I know I can, and for that I say, yeah, baby! Thanks for watching. That's the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget.